going on, Nitrocytes? It is me, the Nitro General here, and welcome to Week 3 of the MPBA versus the Squirtle Squad and Coach Spec Ops. Now, I am very excited about this one, guys. I'm very, very much excited about this. Spec Ops is actually the person who is actually helping me with the entire league, helping me run it, so big thanks to him for helping, because honestly, I didn't think I'd be able to do the league unless I had somebody else at least helping me, there to help watch my back, help me make some decisions, you know, be there to kind of help with the server just in case I wasn't available and everything, and so big thanks to him for the help, and it ended up that we are battling Week 3, which is kind of crazy. I was kind of hoping that it would be more farther into the league, but yeah, he is very threatening. He is a very threatening team. But Spec Ops and I have been battling Pokemon for a very, very long time, since how we're cousins. So we have literally been playing Pokemon together for years, and we used to battle a lot when we were younger. So yeah, guys, I'm very much excited about this. But before we get into his team, I did make some transactions. The first couple weeks, you know, we had some really good Pokemon and we had some really good battles. Unfortunately, we are 1-1 last week, making some really, really bad plays in that battle. I still can't believe I didn't recover on the last turn, because I would have been able to at least force him to go for Double Protect, and if he got the Double Protect, he won. If he didn't, he lost. And if I wouldn't have stayed in with Zeraora if I would have just went to Braviary on the Bonemerang, then the whole battle would have been different too. But that is my fault. I made the decision, so we are 1-1. But before we get into his team, Spec Ops' team, I did want to talk about the transactions that I made. So, I was really looking forward to using a lot of the Pokemon that I drafted, right? There are still a few that we have yet to use. Even after this week's battle, there's still, I think, one Pokemon in particular that we have not used, which is Porygon 2, which I'm not getting rid of because I really think Porygon 2 will be really good. I just have to find the right time to use him. But unfortunately, the one Pokemon that I did draft that I was really excited about drafting just didn't turn out to be as good as I was hoping. And that was, Mimikyu. Now, Mimikyu is a great Pokemon I used to use a lot in Gen 7 competitively, but unfortunately, as much as I really was hoping that it would be as good as it was, it just hasn't been great. We brought it 2 weeks in a row, and it hasn't been able to do really anything, right? We brought Choice Banded sets because, unfortunately, it doesn't really do, or can't take too many hits, so its purpose is just to hit hard. And unfortunately, I didn't think Mimikyu was good enough, but I needed another Fairy type. And I really thought that, I was really thinking about good Fairy types that we could have, and I talked about this earlier in the league. Mimikyu was actually one of 2 Pokemon that I was debating on drafting at this point in the draft. I drafted Mimikyu, and I was terrified that the other Mon would be drafted before, but it wasn't. So we're actually going to drop Mimikyu in place of Togekiss. So, come on, get out of here. Okay, yeah, so we drop Mimikyu in place of Togekiss. Now, Togekiss is a really good Pokemon. It's just a phenomenal fairy flying type Pokemon, super bulky, gets Follow Me, gets E-Speed, gets the Ally Switch. Does it get Ally Switch? I think it does. But it gets, you know, D-Gleam. Unfortunately, it can only really hit with D-Gleam, but Pixie Play D-Gleam is just really good. This Mon is just absurdly powerful, and I really think that dropping Mimikyu for it was the right play. But unfortunately, having Togekiss means that we are doubling up on flying types, meaning Braviary was, we're doubling up on fire types, meaning that we have 2 Pokemon, we do electric, rock, and as much as this really pains me, guys. It really pains me. Like, more than anything, I did not want to do this, but the other Pokemon we dropped was Braviary. I love Braviary. Braviary is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Eagles. Like I said, Braviary is the Eagle Pokemon. You know, he's getting the Hisuian form in Legends Arceus. I really wanted to use Braviary, right? It got not huge power. It got the move that makes it secondary. The ability that makes its moves with secondary effects better, and it's just a really good Pokemon, right? Close Combat was great. Brave Bird was great. Last week when it came, it did do work. And unfortunately, you know, as much as I was really excited about using it, I don't really think it was that great. But I did find another Pokemon that I think actually is going to help out quite a bit in the league. And I really think that this Pokemon is actually going to be really nice. It also gives us a Pokemon with that exact same ability, being Nidoking. Yes, guys, Nidoking. We are bringing Nidoking. And I'm super excited about it because Nidoking is actually really awesome. Hits extremely hard, gets in a plethora of moves. Like, it literally gets fighting type moves, fairy type moves. It gets fighting type moves, ground type moves, poison type moves, fire type moves. It gets water type moves. It gets Aqua Tail, guys. It literally can do anything. And, see, I was looking for a good poison type because I wanted something else that was good against fairy types and stuff like that. And I was looking at a couple of fairy types. I was looking at Galarian Slowbro, and I was looking at Skuntank, Roserade. Unfortunately, Roserade gave us another fire type weakness, and I didn't think Roserade was going to work for the team as much. Skuntank gave us another dark type, which I really didn't want another dark type, so I didn't do that one. And then Galarian Slowbro was actually the one that I was going to go for. But the one distinguishing thing about it is that it didn't get Toxic Spikes, which is actually what I wanted. Nidoking gets Toxic Spikes. And the reason I went with Nidoking over Nidoqueen is just because I wanted more offense rather than defense. That's just what it is, hands down. But yeah, guys, that is the transactions. Let me know what you think about them down below. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I made the right decision. If I didn't, of course, we do have options of doing more transactions later in the season, but I really don't see us doing too much unless we end up dropping Porygon 2. But really, I don't want to do that because I think he's a weak Greymon. But yeah, guys, on to Spec Ops' team. He's got a really threatening team. So, the Squirtle Squad's team, this is his team, guys. I'm kind of blocking Togetic's head, so I'm sorry about that. He's got Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Cinderace, Dusclops, Altaria, Togetic, Shuckle, Kangaskhan, Dracozolt, Alolan Exeggutor, and Squirtle for the Squirtle Squad. Now, I'm a little nervous about his team, right? Urshifu is super good, right? Urshifu went second, right? He got second pick. Urshifu hits super hard with Surging Strikes. I do have to make sure I, remember that going for Protect is not really going to do too much in the face of Urshifu since its ability lets it go through Protect. Cinderace is by far the scariest member on his team. Literally being able to beat any type under the sun, right? Fighting type, Steel type, I mean, that's probably Fire type, obviously gets a lot of other moves, but Cinderace is insanely scary. And being a Fire type and a Steel type and a fast Pokemon in one hit and one thing, I feel like Cinderace is going to be the biggest issue here. Obviously gets High Jump Kick and everything like that. I don't know how it works if I Protect with High Jump Kick. I can't remember if it keeps going and crashes or not, but we do have to worry about that. We do have a Ghost type, so we don't have to worry. We do have an immunity to that, so there is that. Dusclops is pretty big too. He does have Trick Room acceptable Pokemon. He does have like Kangaskhan, Dusclops obviously. Urshifu could be running Trick Room like you've seen with the team. Shuckle can be running Trick Room. I don't know if he would do it or not, but he could. Obviously just hits really hard. As well, but it's very slow. That's the thing. It's very bulky. It does get access to stuff like Taunt, so I do have to worry about that. I don't really have too many Pokemon on my team that really care about that. But honestly, one of the big things is it does get access to Priority and Shadow Sneak, so we have to be cautious of that. It does get Substitute, which he did run 1 week, so I do have to be careful of that. Now, Altaria is pretty good too. It is a Dragon Flying type. I don't know too much about Altaria in this generation and what it can do. Without its Mega Evolution, it is definitely not as good because it's no longer a Fairy type. But it can still hit really hard. It gets Flying type moves, Ground type immunity. It gets Dragon type moves, obviously. I think it gets Fire type moves too, which is cool, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't know if I could see him bringing it. Togetic is pretty good too because it is really good Eviolite user. Obviously can go Follow Me, can have Fairy type moves, all that stuff, so there is that we have to watch out for. Also can get Ally Switch. Shuckle is really good too. Shuckle obviously can be run with Contrary ability and can be raise its evasiveness with Defog. Now the only Pokemon he get that can get Defog is Altaria and Togetic. Now what I really hope is that he doesn't run that strat. Like I'm really hoping we do not lose because I cannot hit the Shuckle. But other than that, it does get Infestation to be able to trap me in. It is just very, very bulky all around too, so I do have to worry about that. Now Kangaskhan is definitely his Helping Hand mon. He's brought it both weeks so far. Helping Hand, gets all of the punches to elemental punches, so you gotta worry about that. Gets Earthquake, Definitely can have a lot of different moves. Those are pretty bulky, so I do have to worry about... I don't know if I'm too worried about Kangaskhan, but I do have to worry about that. Squirtle is just there. I don't think he's ever going to bring it. I think he only brought it because he couldn't figure out another tier 5 that he wanted, and he's like, I'm Squirtle Squad, so I'm just going to draft Squirtle. But if Squirtle comes with Eviolite, and he has some kind of like Hydro Pump shenanigans on me, if he wins with Squirtle, I'm going to blow my mind. It's going to blow my mind. But Dracozolt is big too. Fortunately enough, he doesn't really have any Pokemon to set up Sandstorm unless they like physically set up Sandstorm, which I don't know what Pokemon on his team would get it. I don't think Dusclops gets it. I don't know if Kangaskhan does. Oh, Shuckle probably does. But that would be able to set up for Sand Rush. Otherwise, we do have to watch out for Bolt Beak. But we do have Volt Absorb, Zeraora, and we have 2 ground types, so don't really have to worry about that too much. And then Alolan Exeggutor is huge. This thing is Dragon type, Grass type, obviously gets Dragon Hammer, gets Grass type moves. I don't know totally what it does too much either, because that is another Pokemon that I have really never seen competitively, so it could really come out of the shadows and, you know, scare me. But I do think that is probably going to be something I have to worry about. Okay, so his team that I'm expecting, right? I'm expecting Urshifu, I'm expecting Cinderace, Dusclops, Kangaskhan, and then Alolan Exeggutor, and then either Dracozolt or Togetic. That is the team that I think he's going to bring, guys. I definitely think Urshifu, Cinderace, Dusclops, Togetic, Shuckle probably is not going to come, so Kangaskhan and Alolan Exeggutor. I think he has to bring Alolan Exeggutor for Gastrodon, because otherwise he has nothing for it, so hopefully there is that. I don't think any of his Pokemon really get Grass Knot or anything, so... but if that happens, you know, it happens. But, yeah, guys, that is his team. So, let's jump right into the team builder so you guys can see the team that I'm bringing. Alright, so this is the team that we are bringing against Spec Ops for Week 3 of the NPBA, against Spec Ops in the Squirtle Squad. So, I am actually not running Gastrodon, right? Surprisingly enough, I'm not going to run Gastrodon, right? I'm assuming he's going to prep for it. And I'm assuming he's going to worry about it. So there we do that. That does leave us wide open to Surging Strikes. I do know that. Wide open to Surging Strikes. And we don't really have too many Pokemon on this team that want to take a Surging Strike other than Wartortle. But I do think that we can throw him off by not bringing it. This comes back to bite me in the butt. I'm sorry. But... first up, we have Shell Shocker, the Wartortle with the Eviolite, Torrent ability, the Follow Me, Helping Hand, Aqua Jet, and Protect. Now, this thing is strictly going to be here because we are going to lead with Shell Shocker and the King. You guys will see that when I click on it, but it's going to be Follow Me. Helping Hand is good to help with other attacks. Aqua Jet is really going to be its only attack. And Protect, protect a kind of Toxic Stall, maybe? I'm sorry in advance, Spec Ops, but we're probably going to try and Toxic Stall a little bit. So, having Protect on there, I may change Protect at the last minute for something like Dragon Pulse, because Wartortle gets Dragon Pulse. I understand Blastoise getting it, but Wartortle? This is a turtle being able to shoot Dragon Energy out of its mouth. Crazy. He has 3 Dragon types. So, you know, that's... But, I do think that, this is the set that will be good. Torrent is good too, because if he does get low, then, you know, we don't have to worry about that. You know, Shell Shocker, we are running... Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're running max HP and max defense with the Eviolite, with 4 in special attack, with a Bold Nature. So this is basically because almost every one of his Pokemon is a physical hitting mon, right? Physical hitting mon. So if I Follow Me, I think we could take, with the nature and stuff that we have, we can take Surging Strikes relatively well. We can take a Pyro Ball pretty well. We can take an Iron Head pretty well too. This thing is going to be really bulky. If he hits me on the special side with anything, then we're probably not going to be as bulky. But definitely, almost every one of his Pokemon hits me from the physical side. So I definitely think physically defensive Eviolite Wartortle is going to be really, really good for this. I am a little nervous because I was going to bring Gastrodon, but we've already brought it for 2 weeks, and I really wanted to bring Wartortle here, so hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us in the butt, because now we're not immune to any water type attacks. But that is Shell Shocker. The next one up on this list, guys, is the King, the Nidoking. the king, the Nidoking. But yeah, guys, so we have, it was Life Orb, Sheer Force, Toxic Spikes, High Horsepower, Ice Punch, and Taunt. Now, Toxic Spikes is there because we're coming in with Shell Shocks, we're going to follow me, we're going to set up Toxic Spikes. Then, I'm going to relatively judge where I am and if I want to get up a second layer of Toxic Spikes, or if I don't. This gives us an electric type immunity for his Volt Beak, although we already have that in Black Bolt anyways. But Life Orb will allow us to do a lot of damage with High Horsepower and Ice Punch, right? Like I said, he has 3 Dragon-type Mons, 2 of which are 4 times weak to Ice-type moves. So Ice Punch is going to be hitting really hard, plus it has a chance to freeze, which means Sheer Force, basically, if you guys didn't know, the Pokemon attacks with secondary effects have 1.3 power boost. So both Ice Punch and High Horsepower, I believe High Horsepower does, right? No, it doesn't. Okay, I was running High Horsepower over Earth Power because of that. Actually, I think, now that I'm thinking of this, we are going to run Stomping Tantrum instead. Because of the boost. I don't know why I was running the other one. Actually, that does not have a secondary effect. Never mind. I thought I was thinking of something else. We're gonna go for High Horsepower. But that is, honestly, I don't really see High Horsepower doing too much against this team, but I think it'll be doing a decent amount to Cinderace the Fire, Cinderace Steel, a lot of stuff like that, because neither of those are going to be doing too much to Nidoking. Ice Punch is going to be doing a lot to a lot of his Dragon-type Pokemon and everything like that. Also, will do a lot of damage to Togetic as well. So that's 4 Pokemon on his team that Ice Punch is going to be super effective against. Also, High Horsepower is going to be there for Shuckle if he decides to bring it. I don't know if he will, but there is that. And then we do have Taunt. Taunt is there nice for make it so his Kangaskhan can't go for Helping Hand. It's there to make it so his Dusclops can't go for Substitute, stuff like that, because we outspeed both of them with him, because we are actually running a Adamant Nature with max HP and max attack with 4 in speed, so that is nice. Basically this thing is just going to be a monster, I think, against his team. I am really nervous about that Urshifu not having Gastrodon, but honestly, like I said, we can always come back in with Shell Shocker and stuff like that too. So the next one up on this list, guys, is obviously Zeraora. Black Bolt Zeraora is coming back with the Life Orb, with Volt Absorb, Plasma Fist, Close Combat, Fake Out, and Knockoff. Basically the same set that we had last week. I think it's even running the same thing. But we're actually not running the same thing, because I am running Jolly Nature 252 EV is Speed Nature Zeraora, right? This is our check to Urshifu, right? We always outspeed and we always KO. The only time we do not KO is if he runs Choice Scarf Urshifu, right? But if he does not run Choice Scarf Urshifu, we still can, take him out. We still outspeed Oakum 100% there, unless he's Focus Sash. But really, this is our check to Urshifu. This thing is going to be really good. Close Combat's going to be good against Steel type. Cinderace also will be able to hit Shuckle super effectively, Kangaskhan super effectively, so that is nice. Fake Out is there just for nice Fake Out damage, and Knockoff is there specifically for Dusclops, even though we really have another command for it anyways, but Knockoff is there. I think is probably better than other moves that we could have had on it, but it is Volt Absorb. Like I said, we are running an Adamant Nature with 252 EVs and 8 attack and speed, and then 4 in HP. So there is that. Actually, I believe with Choice Scarf, since we're running this with Choice Scarf, I'm pretty sure we still outspeed Choice Scarf. Not by a lot, but we do. So because I think with Choice Scarf Urshifu, I think it only takes it to like 389 with Max Speed Jolly. So that still allows us. This still allows us to outspeed it and KO it. So I think Zeraora is going to be really good. I really am only bringing it for Urshifu, stuff like that. But Tinkerbell is insanely not to bring, right? Tinkerbell the Togekiss is insane for me not to bring it, right? Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash, Ally Switch, and Roost with the Super Luck ability. right? Super Luck basically makes it so, just checking so I don't make it wrong. This Pokemon's critical hit ratio is raised by 1 stage, and Air Slash is a high crit move, right? So we have the option to go for Air Slash against mons like it's like the Alolan Exeggutor, and really be able to get Air Slashes, a higher chance of Air Slash flinches. Dazzling Gleam is there to just obliterate with the Pixie Plate, but honestly, he has nothing to hit me super effectively except for Iron Head Cinderace. That is the only mon he has to hit me super effectively. The only one. Tinkerbell is insanely bulky, and we're going to be able to take a lot of attacks, and we're going to be able to hit really hard and actually be able to use Roost to, restore health more towards the end of the battle if we need to. This thing is going to be really, really good against his team. This thing hits almost all of his... It hits Urshifu for super effective. It can hit Fighting type Cinderace for super effective. It can hit all 3 of his Dragon types for super effective. That's 5 mons, potentially 5 mons that it can hit super effectively on his team. Togekiss would be insane for me not to bring. I think this would be awesome. We are running a Modest Nature with 252 EVs and HP, 252 in special attack, and 4 in speed. I really don't know too much, but this is a really bulky mon, and I think this thing is just gonna be upsetting. And now we are coming back with Frozone the Weavile, except for this week he's going to be Batman because of an inside joke between me and Spec Ops. Long story short, there was we did like a Soul Link Wonderlock one time, like years and years ago, like 2017, 2018 maybe even before that. And one of us got like a Caterpie that was named Batman. So this is an inside joke between him and I. So, but it's the same set we're always going to be running on Weavile. The same set. We're never going to run anything different, right? Focus Sash, Pickpocket, Ice Punch, Night Slash, Fake Out, Ice Shard with 252 in attack, 252 in speed, and 4 in HP. I am running Ice Punch over Triple Axel strictly because of the fact that we guarantee KO Dracozolt with Ice Punch, right? If we only roll low on Triple Axel, we don't. Ice Punch will also KO his other 2 Dragon types as well because they're 4 times weak to it. But I'm only running Ice Punch over Triple Axel this week because it is a guarantee KO for it, rather than if we don't run if we run Triple Axel, then there is a chance that we won't. So that's just the purpose of doing it. But this mon is just going to be really good. Obviously, Night Shard for priority, Fake Out for priority into flinch him, and then Night Slash specifically for Dusclops and other stuff. But yeah, it's obviously Adamant Nature, 252 attack, 252 in speed, with the rest in HP. So that is it. And then we are finally bringing, guys, Kiawe, the Alolan Marowak with Choice Band, Rockhead, Poltergeist, Flare Blitz, Perish Song, and Protect. Now, this thing is going to be crazy. But the thing is, okay, so this is going to be our check to Dusclops, right? I am forced to run 252 EVs on speed on this thing with a Jolly Nature and 252 in attack because of the fact that if he decided to run max speed Dusclops, he outspeeds us, right? This way, we 100% outspeed even if he runs Choice Scarf, Max Speed, Jolly, Dusclops. I don't think he will, but there is that. And with Choice Band, 252 EVs in attack, Choice Band Poltergeist, it is I think it's like a 36 point, or I think it's like a 93% chance to OHKO, right? We should be able to OHKO. If he runs max special defensive, max defensive, we still OHKO with Poltergeist. So this is our check to the Dusclops. Really, it is. Then we have Flare Blitz, Perish Song, and Protect. I do realize that we are Choice Band, so if we go for Perish Song, we do have to double out immediately. Or Protect, we also have to double out immediately as well. But this is basically just because I think I'm forced to run Choice Band, because otherwise I don't have a chance to OHKO it, and I need to be able to OHKO the Dusclops, right? Even though we do have Knockoff and Night Slash, neither of them can OHKO Dusclops in one hit. This can. Kiawe is insane. Flare Blitz is just going to obliterate pretty much anything that it hits, except for maybe like Fire type, Cinderace, and then, you know, there are some other Pokemon that it might not OHKO, but it's going to be doing a ton of damage. But I'm really excited to use this guy. Very, very much excited to. Rockhead base limit so we don't take any recoil. So Flare Blitz, Choice Band, Stab, plus Max Attack is going to obliterate. But that is the team, guys. That is the team. I'm very, very much nervous, but hopefully we'll be able to do good, and I will see you guys in the battle. But yeah, guys, see you then. Alright guys, so we're in the battle now. I'm incredibly nervous. As you guys can tell, this is a few days later since I recorded the other content. So I'm incredibly nervous for this battle, like always. But yeah guys, this is week 3 of the NPBA against the Squirtle Squad and Coach Spec Ops. So I'm gonna wait for him to send me a battle request here, and we'll get right into it. The battle request, guys. Let's do this. Here we go. Let me make sure my volume's down. It was not down. Of course it wasn't. Here we go. Here we go, guys. I knew the Alolan Exeggutor was good. No, what? He brought 3 of his Dragon types. He brought all 3 of his Dragon types against my Togekiss. Alright, guys. Well, we're just leading Shell Shocker and the King. I mean, that's our lead here. That is 100% our lead. I am 100% nervous about the... Okay, so he's leading Kangaskhan and Exeggutor. I'm a little nervous. Okay, I'm gonna go for a Protect, and we're gonna go for a Taunt into the Kangaskhan here first. I really think that's our best bet right now. I'm gonna stop that thing from being able to Helping Hand. That is 100% our play. If he decides to go for a Wood Hammer into Shell Shocker, he decides to go for a Wood Hammer into Shell Shocker. Okay, he did. And Protect here. Alright, so Kangaskhan can no longer... He's got Flamethrower! Huh, he thought I was going to go into Weavile there. He thought... Exeggutor gets Flamethrower! I actually did not know that. Okay, now, what I could do is I don't know if I want to risk it. If I want to risk the Follow Me here. Should I go into Kiawe? I am just going to... Thing is, because if he goes for a Grass type move, I'm going to go into Tinker, and we're going to Toxic Spikes. I think it's our best bet. Sucker Punch. Oh. Energy Ball. Okay, so he has Energy Ball. So he's running Special Exeggutor. Special Exeggutor. Okay, I'm going to go for a D-Gleam here, and... Actually, do I... The thing is that... Should I get up another layer of Toxic Spikes, or do I just go for the... Ice Punch? We're gonna go for a D-Gleam, and then I'm just gonna go for an Ice Punch into the Exeggutor. Body Slam, okay. Ice Punch. Exeggutor is down. That is nice. That does 50% to Kangaskhan. So that is good. Who does he come in here with right now? He does come in with Cinderace. Cinderace is poison now. I feel like he's got Iron Head. So because of that... I'm actually going to Ally Switch. And High Horsepower on that Cinderace. That's my play here. Iron Head, Libero. Cool. And then Earth Power, High Horsepower. Yes! Get out of here, Cinderace! Boom! Okay. I'm a little nervous right now because Tinkerbell is very low on health. Very, very low on health. I'm just going to go for an Ice Punch into Altaria here. And if I can, I'm going to try to get a Roost up. Okay, so the King withstands that. Foul play. Tinkerbell did not do as much in this battle that I thought it would. Okay. Now. No, do I have... Alright, so there's their aura out here, which is good. I'm very worried about that Bullbeak right now. I am going to go for a high horsepower into Draxel, and I'm actually going to double into Batman right now, because if I can get down to my Focus Sash, I can outspeed. Okay, Earthquake. Okay, so I should always outspeed this Draxel here. There should be no way that I don't outspeed this Draxel. And he didn't bring... I just realized he didn't bring, he did not bring Dusclops, which I really thought he would. So I am actually just going to Flare Blitz, I think, into the Kangaskhan here. And then I'm going to Ice Punch on the Dracozolt. So he does have Sucker Punch, which I figured, but it doesn't really matter, so... And then, now it's down to the... Now it's down to the Urshifu. But the thing is I want to try to preserve... I'm actually going to double into Shell Shocker and Black Bolt here. Just to try to preserve some differential. So now we always outspeed this thing, right? We always outspeed this thing. If it is max speed, Jolly, Choice Scarf, Urshifu, we should still. So now I think I just follow me and Plasma Fists. And then if there is something, but unfortunately he protected there. Alright, and follow me and Plasma Fist. That's it. And we did outspeed anyways. And GG's, guys! GG's to Spec Ops. We did pick up the dub on week 3, guys. He didn't bring the Dusclops, which was crazy to me because he did not bring Dusclops, and that was nuts to me just because of the fact that it was decent against my team. But yeah, guys, Ice Punch Nidoking came out hard, guys, hard it came out. But yeah, guys, that was the battle. If you did enjoy that, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, because next week we're going to have the next battle of the NPBA out. And I can't remember who we're going against next week, but it doesn't really matter yet because I'm going to have the team builder and stuff out this week too. So, but that was a really good battle. GG's to Spec Ops. He is my he's helping me out with the league, and I really do appreciate that. And, of course, he is my cousin, so we've been battling with Pokemon since we were very young. And, the one thing I do have to say is when I have a lot of Pokemon that are good against Dragon types, I'm not sure that bringing, all 3 Dragon types was the best, but at the end of the day, I actually did not know that Exeggutor brought Flamethrower, and I knew he had to bring Exeggutor. I'm just surprised he brought Dracozolt as well. But so we did not get to do the Follow Me Toxic Spike shenanigans that I wanted to do at the very beginning, but we did get Toxic Spikes up, and they did not really help out as much in that battle as I really thought. But at the end of the day, guys, we still put out the dub. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Nature General's out. Peace.